Couple things I have coming up. Stay tuned because I got the full review of Virgin Island water from Creed. Men's fragrance, real creamy coconut vacation fragrance. My thoughts on performance and, is it worth it? Should you get it? That type of shit. So stay tuned for that. I'm a dad now, man. So, packing on the pounds a little bit. Can't wait to get back in the gym, get back into my workout routine. But man, when they say, having a kid will change your life, like, it's true, but you don't really know what people mean by that. Like, just the way you do things is different. The way you think about things is different. You're just putting your family ahead of everything. And it's a beautiful thing. I think being a father has made me a better person, because like I said, you're just thinking about things in a totally different way. You know, so yeah, man, I'm really excited about the future and what that has to hold. I have, my baby's a month old today. So that was special. It's crazy to think like only 11 more and she's already a year old. Time is just flying by. I've been taking work off. I've been off for since the 21st. So yeah, basically a month now. And part of me wants to go back to work, but I definitely am ready to get back into training in the gym and stuff like that. But that's why I've been able to make so much content late night after we put her down because I'm the night owl guy. So I feed her when she gets hungry so the wife can sleep. But yeah, man, it's just I yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Fatherhood is crazy. Took 35 years and change to get here, but here we are. And it's just wild. It's just truly wild. Couple things look out for fragrance reviews. I have a um a new fragrance coming in called Prisma Zircon, which is like a weird, I guess it's named after some sort of gemstone, but I'm about to do a review on that. And basically, it's the same perfumer that did City Rhythm's original line. Oh, father of football. Where are you from? What work do you do? Hey, bro. I'm from Southern California and I'm an electrician. Um, Thanks for watching, bro. But yeah, so I have a couple fragrance reviews coming up. So if you guys are into men's fragrances, like I said, Creed Virgin Island Water. I have this company, like I said before, called Prisma Parfums. Um, uh, Zircon is the name. They got weird names, but it's the original perfumer that made all of the fragrances for City Rhythm. So if you like Miami, if you like San Diego, those tropical kind of citrus fragrances, I got basically one of those coming in. So that review's coming in a week or two. Once I get it in, I'll wear it. I'll see how it performs and everything, and I will break it down. But yeah, man, I can't wait. It's so great being a father, man, and having my new baby. And it's kind of been nice being home so I can make all these fragrance reviews videos. Um, Thanks, bro. Thanks, father of football. Appreciate you. But yeah, man. So eventually it'll probably slow down, or I'll get back into fighting again. So most of my content will go back to Muay Thai and boxing. But for right now, while I'm at home taking care of the baby and helping the wife out, um, way more fragrance videos coming, baby. Way more fragrance videos coming. Um, so if you guys are into that, stay tuned, stick around. That's gonna be dope. But yeah, man, just thoughts on being a father. I always wanted a kid, and I just feel so blessed and thankful. Man, I'm getting soft, man. I'm choking up just saying, I'm blessed and thankful being a father, but I'm getting soft, bro, in my old age. 35 years old now, so maybe the T levels aren't what they were 10 years ago, but man, I love being a dad, man. It's just I can't wait to see her get older and you know, grow into a beautiful woman and start to succeed and start to hit milestones and you know, shit like that and walking and talking, all that stuff. She's a month old today, so she's healthy. She's a good baby. She doesn't cry unless she's hungry or, you know, or needs a diaper change. But that's pretty much it, man. I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed. Thank you guys for tuning into the channel. ICVR, father agreed. Yeah. 35 ain't old, man. You know, it ain't old for most things, but I'm my wife has forced me to kind of slow down and smell the roses a little bit from time to time. But I was that guy that redlined everything, bro. I was doing football in high school, MMA right out of high school, competed in that, and now I'm coaching Muay Thai. I started coaching and getting back into it, and then I competed in December. So you know, there's a so when you have these young killers coming in the gym wanting to take your head off because you're a big dog or they look at you that way even though you're not anymore because you're coach, you know, it's a good reminder. It can remind you that, you know, 35 ain't 25. It may not be old, but it ain't 25 either, you know what I mean? um so yeah, man, but definitely getting back into fight content. I haven't bought too much fight gear recently. As you can see, there's all my boxing gloves and stuff like that, and then my shin guards up there. I did reviews on that. I I don't have a need to buy anything else right now. I'm pretty stacked up, you know what I mean? But when I get back into it, June 10th, I'll definitely have more fight content. I got some guys that are waiting for me to come back and coach them. So once I get my guys training, we'll get them into training camps. We'll get them doing local PMTs, which is a Muay Thai semi-contact competition. It's basically no knockouts Muay Thai. They stop it if someone's getting real beat up, unlike full contact like my last fight. But it's still very competitive. So we'll have that kind of content. I'll make sure somebody gets it on film and I'll put it up on the channel for y'all. Um, and you know, this channel doesn't really have a direction. I talk football, bro. I talk, you know, fighting, and I do fight reviews. I do fragrances, but yeah, man, I don't know. I'm really just loving my life and feeling like God has blessed me. You know what I mean? And also too, I am going to get back into interviews when I have more time during the day for the homies to come over. I have fighters, and a couple of them are going pro. A couple of them, like one of them's nationally ranked for amateur MMA, uh, minor, like not minor. What is it? It's under 18 MMA, so it's basically pancration. It's MMA except for there's no face shots, so you're allowed to kick and punch and submit and everything, but there's a guy that's nationally ranked. He's on the national team that trains with me, and I want to do. He definitely wants to come on to an interview to do an interview, so I'm gonna have him on. Um, I got some guys coming through, so you know, some real interesting guys. One of my fighters that just competed in early April, was it? Jeff, he might come on again. He's been bugging me to come on, so I might have the homie on. And last time we did an interview with him, it was like 3 years ago, and it was on my really terrible. I think it was like on a webcam, dog, that I did that interview. So the audio's rough, the camera sucks. I kind of want to do that shit all over again and talk fighting and talk about, you know, his journey and all that stuff. So I might even delete that old video because it was just the quality. I watched it back. It was a good interview. It was just bad film, bad audio. You know what I mean? So, yeah, long time, bro. Long time. Um, you know, so that's where we're at in life, man. I never, you know, you think your whole life you want to be a dad, and then it happens to you, and just totally changes your perspective on things, man. And it's fucking dope. I love it, man. I love it. So I just want to be a good protector, provider, you know, make some good content on here so that way when she's older, she can look back at my channel. It'll probably look whack because I'm sure whatever technology they have when she's older or old enough to watch YouTube, she'll think, what the hell? What kind of potato were you filming this shit on? But, you know, it's cool because like back in the day, our parents had maybe a camcorder and that shit was whack, or they had, you know, the Kodak disposable pictures and shit like that. But she can actually go in and watch me on YouTube and say, "Oh my God, like dad wasn't old, fat, and ugly, you know, his whole life. He was actually young and in shape at one point. And you know, look at all his friends and look what he was doing. Look, he used to fight people, he used to train people, you know, he did cologne reviews, he did fight gear reviews, you know, all that stuff. So I'm looking forward to that, man. It's kind of like a little life documentary type thing going on, you know. So I'm really excited about that. Um, but yeah, man. So talk to me. You're the only one in in the chat right now, ICVR. So what you on, man? What are you into tonight? What you getting into? Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, bro. Try to stay dedicated, try to stay, you know, on the sharp and narrow, you know what I mean, on the straight path, the one that's hard to walk, bro. Because it's really easy to take the easy path, but that always leads to, you know, dead ends and pitfalls, you know. So just trying to be strong for the family, you know. And you know, just be super grateful that, you know, for the most part, I'm super healthy. The wife is healthy, the baby's healthy. Can't ask for much more than that, you know what I mean? So it's crazy to think like a month ago, my baby's a whole month old now, you know? And just in December, my wife was, you know, all belly and going to my fights, cheering me on and all that stuff, and asked me to slow down after that one. You had a ghost encounter, dog? Oh man, I don't know about all that. I I like watching those what is that ghost show? There's a ghost show. Is it Ghost Hunter? Oh man, I cannot remember what the name of that show is, but I used to watch that show all the time. I don't know, but that's a bang. I think they're just called Ghost Hunters, but that show's pretty cool. That show's kind of creepy. Most of the episodes are kind of uneventful. They're like, "Oh, look at this like electric shit we have that's beeping in this room." But sometimes they actually show some weirdo shit they catch on camera and it's like, "Oh, no, that looks a little out there." You know, you never know how much of that shit is fake, but they've been doing it for like 20 years before, you know, reality TV shows were getting big budgets like that. So I think a lot of that shit's real. I don't like to think about that because I don't like to think that, you know, some ghost could come sneak up on me or anything like that. It's nothing these hands and my Glock can do against a ghost, man. so so yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. So yeah, I blessed, bro. Blessed. I don't know. I'm thinking about different content ideas. I don't know if I want to talk more about football, and you know, I'm sure when the season gets closer, I'll be doing more fantasy football content. I might make a separate channel for fantasy football, but that's a whole different thing, you know. My channel's already all over the place. I got everything from interviews to reviews to just me talking in the camera. But yeah, and do whatever makes me happy. Hey man, I'm trying. I'm trying, you know, I got to put some other things ahead of what I ultimately making sure my family's good is what makes me happy. But I definitely want to get back into fighting. I told my wife, like, she told me slow down, but um, once I go back to work and we get more in a groove, man, and I can hit the gym 2, 3 days a week and get some good training sessions, get some good sparring sessions, get a good idea of where I'm at and my shape and physical condition and stuff like that, we're gonna be right back in the action, man. I wanna do at least one more boxing match, one more MMA match, and one more Muay Thai match before I retire. And I gotta get a knockout. If you guys go to my channel and you guys watch my Muay Thai fight, I had the dude hurt a couple of times, but he was a tough son of a bitch, bro. He was like 6'3", 6'4", maybe. He was definitely taller than me. And that boy had a chin on him, man. That boy was he was a monster, bro. That guy could take a hit. Um, I boxed him up because initially when we fought, I thought, okay, he's real tall, but he weighs the same as me. I was like, how is he possibly that tall and he only weighs 180 pounds like I do? And then I looked at his legs; they were skinny as hell. I thought I was gonna kick him. Uh, I was gonna kick his little legs, but bro, he was so long; it was hard to get inside, and kick and get my kicks going. So I just said, I'm gonna make this ugly, and I'm just gonna bum rush him and just box him the whole fight. So that's basically what I did. I only threw like 3, 4 kicks the whole fight, and it was a Muay Thai fight, not a boxing match. But I try to make it ugly because he didn't like me making it a brawl. So that's what I try to do. But dude was tough. Dude was tough as nails, man. But yeah, I got to get a knockout, man. I got to get a knockout before I fully. I'll never fully hang up the gloves. I'll always be in coaching, or I'll always be in some form of the fight stuff, but involved in that community in some way, whether it's coaching or mentoring or doing private lessons or whatever, even if it's just training. But I still got a little juice, so I got to squeeze all of it out before it's too late. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, just just blessed, man. Just happy, blessed, no complaints, no complaints. But yeah, it is. It's a hustle, bro. Shit's real out here, and it's tough in Southern California too. You got to have multiple jobs out here. It seems like unless your mom or dad are rich, which mine are definitely not. So I got that job. I got my electrician job, side jobs I do for electrical work, make a little extra coin. I'm actually one of the weirdos that actually recycles all the cans and bottles he has. Like, man, anything I can do is scoop up a little extra coin. Yeah. You know what though? When you don't come from money, I feel like it makes you better though. Honestly, like it's probably harder to be a good person if you just rich your whole life and you never had to work for anything, or or you did have to work, but it was all handed to you, like you worked for your pops or something. You know what I mean? It's tough, but you know, we are, the middle class and the hard workers like you and I, man. We're the backbone of this country, bro. Shit don't go without us. And shit, I'm blessed, man. I bought my house in 2019, and I took out my entire 401k from my old company and I spent it. I spent that bitch before the IRS could take it back from me. So put it down on a house, and if I waited any longer, bro, wouldn't have been able to afford it. After I bought Halloween of 2019, I'll never forget. And then the next, not even a year later, COVID hit. All the prices went up, up, up. I got my house for like 515, and fucking it's supposedly worth 8 now. That's what they say. I don't know. I look at my house and I'm like, this junk, bro. My electrical panel's 100 years old. I haven't upgraded that thing. The plumbing is old, bro. This house is made in 65. It's worth 800,000. I don't know about all that, but that's what they say. So if I waited any longer, dog, I wouldn't have been able to afford it because I spent every last dime on this thing. So I got lucky, man. But I worked my ass off just to get that little 100,000 I put down. Fuck, man, that was tough. But a lot of cash, bro. Yeah, and the IRS butt fucked me after I bought too, bro, because they want capital gains and they want taxes on all your annual income and all that shit. But I spent it before they could take it. So they're like, all right, well, now you owe us 40 grand, but hey, at least I got my house out of it. You know what I mean? I didn't have mom and dad to help co-sign or anything like that. So you got to do what you got to do sometimes. But yeah, man. Well, hey man, if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel and you're into men's fragrances, you're into fight stuff, I've interviewed my musician friends. One of them's a hip hop artist. One of them plays in a pop punk band that's taking off right now. It's called You Suck Duke. And then Jay Theo's the rapper that I interviewed. Man, go check it out, man. Garage Goons. It is the most trash show on YouTube, so go check that out. Subscribe to the channel. There's a little bit of everything for everyone. If you're into football, I got a couple of videos on that. If you're into fragrances, I got a lot of videos on that. If you're into fighting, I got hella videos on that. So yeah, man, mess with your boy. Yeah. And I think I'm going to end this live, but hey, thanks for checking me out, guys. Appreciate you. Have a beautiful, beautiful spring evening. Appreciate you and stay strong, man. There's always tomorrow. One step at a time. Just get better and better, baby.